something bad happens. No voices today.
I know where to find Joan of Arc.
You want me to love to hear you, but you can't make me.
She always shows herself down here around this time. She can't help herself.
I know what it feels like. Don't rub it in. I know my skin gets warm and my eyes open. My joints get flexible. My hands get smart. I know what it feels like to be in the dead center with you. Not in the center of anything else, just pure center. The only thing. I know what it is to know a lot. That full feeling of a destiny I get after having eaten a restaurant breakfast with rough toast and coffee, working it all out on the back of a napkin with Dad and my sergeants. I remember what it is to be smart. But I also know that the center is a target. So don't try to change the subject.
I hear something over there.
If I could throw myself out to you, your voice, if I could throw myself away in your voice, without getting caught, you work with guarantees.
Right there.
And it wouldn't be work at all. And I get no wage. Okay. My God, I'm a lover. Jesus, I love you. Holy Ghost, I can't resist. Send my rose rain, send my rose rain, send my rose rain, send my rose rain, send my rose rain.
Jump in, Jesus, that's the fight!
I hear every word.
Shut them up!
Don't push me.
I can't concentrate.
What do you want to go into that for anyhow? Concentration gonna make you rich?
Love everything you're ever gonna love right now, girly, because you're at the end of a woman's life.
I'm on top of the situation.
We gotta concentrate on how to get you out of here, out of our politics. Shut them the hell up.
Tell everybody I'm a witch. You got reason to kill a witch.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a good sister who broke into a liquor cabinet and popped the emergency brake. We're killing you because you're a nuisance, and because we feel like it, and because Daddy always liked us better. We just can't look that way.
You're killing me because something loves me more than you know how. I got a lover with a cleaner eye and a longer stride than all your tech can crank.
She's got a point about the witchcraft. If we don't need a reason, we at least need an excuse.
We'll believe it that she's a witch.
Think of the Columbia River. Think of all the steam buried in Wyoming. Think of all those distant natural mysteries you're afraid of. I want you to try and stop me. I'm on a tear. I want you to dam me up, to try and cap me. Want my electricity released. Try and stop me. And I'll become the most powerful woman on the face of the earth.
to the ground.
Happy Valentine's Day, God Almighty. You get my heart. I have nothing, no troops, no luck, nothing to give you but a heart that listens. No love is stronger, no heart more abandoned.
Her heart wouldn't burn. Her body is gone, but her heart is still here. Why? Why wouldn't her heart burn with the rest of her body?
Because her heart is hotter than flesh.
While you wait out that first half hour after waking up too early.
The tea is at the bottom of the shill.
The wind proposes before it becomes.
The present is the past, merely accepting the past proposal.
The frost achieves eminence at the first note of the bird's binary song.
This is what prayer is. Waking too early, proposing, and becoming.
Crystal frost, then work. Cold tea, then work.
Cold tea, then work.
Then work.
Cold tea, then work.
Cold tea. Then work.
Where I was, eyes closed, A1 head, my little chantilly, reaching through several plagues and characters where I was alive, a The missing gem is an egg of turquoise, veins of a color you've never identified. Very smooth. The voices of the ancestors and their babies. Come in! Come in! I can almost see the radio waves show like dragonfly wings working in this room, working in me like chemistry, like disease, like exception to the rule. And I'm a monster full of radio. I touch my tongue to the toaster, and I can hear an illegal Korean station singing and announcing a language I don't know. But all that I don't know is becoming easier and easier to understand because I am transforming my head. Job's disease, elephantiasis, the elephant head radio girl, infinite ears, intuition. Your intuition can't be that good. You can't know what I know as well as you pretend. Shut the window! Bar the door from the inside! You'll be the beautiful lady and I'll be the wonder in the circus to come. She was afraid of her head changing shape, and the big ears!
I know you're in there. It's not good what you're doing. Learning to read and reading what you're reading. It's not good. We put on a warrant for your arrest here, and if it comes to trial, they'll have your head. Explain it. Oh! You're under arrest. I've come to behead you. You don't listen.
Oh! I can escape by high wire gag, radio equals head circuit. I know my way around. Oh!
What am I gonna do with you? I don't pray like you do, but I pray. I pray. What am I gonna do with you, kid? But I know what I'm gonna do with you. And I'm old enough to have acted this out plenty of times, and I seem to recall now that ancient justice always concludes one step beyond the satisfaction of any one person's cause. You disgrace me with this learning, you die. But this is not the conclusion. The one step further, I die for killing you. Come on out this way, Barbara. I got to get all covered with fake elephant girl. Come on.
She never escapes the tower, but is allowed to leave with Bob when he proposes. No! She leaves after her first period and lives her life as a celibate. She never leaves the tower and wastes away to nothing. No!
Now's the time. It's hard to wait. 3 separate openings into eternity. You'll live in a story so that one leads to another. Your sword, our blood, the sky's lightning. Line them up, and then you'll have your path through to the end.
I find her hiding in the brambles, and I cut her loose with my sword to carry her away from the death squad. But she has pricked her thumb on the thorn, and the moment her blood enters the earth, lightning strikes me dead!
If this were an actual emergency, the lightning hand would flash, 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 flash.
Barbara's soul becomes momentarily light and happy, watching the coming and the severing of her head.
Joe! What does this word mean? I'm not Joe. Barbara?
I hear the guards drag you out, and I kill myself with the sword. Oh,
Your sword, our blood, one flows from the other.
and then she kills herself with the same sword.
As soon as she picks it up, it's her sword. Joe, what does this word mean?
It means you never get away!
When will I die?
Very soon.
It's hard to wait.
I kill her in the cradle before her beautiful, beautiful head deforms.
I am taking the head. I have plenty of room to die in. You chose your women a long time ago. Put them in any road you want. They will line up.
Barbara! I hear that call for me! Get back here! Everyone fucking now! Get back here!
Lastly,
I took my daughter to a cave when she made her protest against the menstrual laws that confine women between heaven and earth in the first years of their cycles. Oh, I knew she'd be killed for this, and I didn't want her to die at the hands of a stranger.
here's the royal guard coming. We're trying to get them back as long as possible. He swings and the head flies off.
The blood enters the earth. The earth drains it quickly. Nothing happens. The father is so overwhelmed by his lack of thoughts that he gets queasy. He drives the sword into the wall of the cave to wipe it clean, and the blood off the sword is the word to God's wrath. Lightning cracks the house down and buries the father alive. It's not the blood of the girl, but the blood of the girl's murder that conducts electricity. And girls are murdered all the time.
My father killed me alone, and I see myself leaving my story. My soul poses in the branches of her head, and I am the fly to my own paradise. The moment my commodious head turns in the air, I see the hope that all my soul can fit there, and I jump from the tree. I am entirely in my skull, and these electric eyes, smiling, turning. I am a giant. My hair gets red and round anymore, and the number of waves sent and time and space are impossible.
I read the story of St. Barbara on a school night, listening to Fiona Ritchie on the radio. Everything I hear on the radio late at night is everything I have read and understood in an apartment on the Grand Concourse, the Bronx, the present. I reach for my rising head at night and sing what I have sung.
come back. In the shadow of nothing.
Questions marked. Over.
You can only hear me.
He's agreed to take you back.
You won't go to him. You only hear me.
Esto no es tu hogar, Cecilia.
It is now. Stay in my clothes. Stay here.
He's come back for you, Cecilia. He's expecting you.
You will have to help me find my sister.
Do you have beer?
It's all the rain.
No le entiendo.
We're poor. We can't pay you.
What kind of food do you have?
No le entiendo. Habla español. I'm speaking Spanish now. Habla español?
Esta gente es pobre, Cecilia. Come home.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
Cross the border.
I spoke Spanish once. It was my language. I went up to America for only 3 years and I lost it.
Tacos? Con todo?
Yes. Con todo?
Don't you hear me? I hear everything. I even hear fires across the border.
¿Qué es lo que sabe?
I know that in Tijuana, Italy, in ancient Roman Tijuana in the 3rd century, I am sitting estranged here in the shadow of Mexiclan, watching a man with the grace of a picador and the contempt of a bull, carve neon from the red spitted knife for my red neon pork tacos.
It is arranged.
It is arranged that I will marry the girl Cecilia tomorrow. The mayor will perform the ceremony. She's rich. We flirted before. I did not do well in America. Yes. That's my name.
Yo soy tu hermano, Timoteo. Yo soy tu hermano. Brothers! Timoteo! Do you remember that much Spanish? Sí. Te vas a casar mañana. Nuestros padres nos han conocido de tus éxitos en el norte. Eres rica.
Over your shoulder, I see the bartender lacquer her lips in the big mirror looking between the bottles. An imitation of an American movie bar fight is breaking out. Face and fight breaking out, an imitation of disorder. Clown, tourist, prostitute, Tijuana, bozo with tits, the genital dump of ancient empire breaking lust. Sí, hermano, con todo!
I hear everything. The shack is made out of steel. Every beam from the amusement park turns into an infant fly between these walls. This shack has as much steel in it as a satellite or the human head, acutely sensitive to waves and pressures, to voices, to pain. My parents have arranged a marriage. We flirted before he went up. We'll marry. I have been asked to provide burial for this girl's missing sister. I will do this too. I live for music, and I hear everything. You haven't yet heard me.
You understand now, huh? You're speaking the same language now, huh? How's it going in there, Valle? Vallejo, it's your wedding night. Make some noise. Haz ruido.
Sleep.
I'm not tired.
You will be tomorrow. Duerme ahora por mañana.
This is against the rules.
You don't know me so well, Vallejo. How do you know my rules?
The rules. Honeymoon rules, everybody.
No conocemos a todos. We're going to have to put it together by when as we go.
We made love, and you'll shine.
It'll split our
ancient Greece and minnows bright as bronze. Sunset slips silk from the river and the shore displays the tide. Angels tend the wedding night and wait till you're naked to lend their crowns. Stars medallion the groom's bright body and the moon displays the bride. And the moon displays the sex from violence, because sex in action is sex in song. Restore sex to the fountainhead, which is song. And sex is song, is song. Roses and lilies, funny angels, celebrate sex is song, is song. With the angels, celebrate sex. And the sun will
And I'm supposed to be happy about this?
It's a method you'll get used to. And who sleeps well nowadays? Saints sing in the most buried stories. Sleep is new to the world. It's very hard to get right. There was a time before I can remember when there was no difference between day and night, and we were always alert. Now the sun flies apart for shame over what it reads in the late papers. It explodes, and this brings on the dark and the stars. The moon is its pith. Columns of newsprint, our cities built over graves. Very angry saints sing a little American story. Quake through towers, tell time out of time, locust clocks. Each story is the size of a pulse. Each pulse marks the rhythm of a separate body. All out of time body drums meet in a whole beat. One quake. You hear? The one beat of the Earth's membrane is predicted by any one pulse. When you let your eyes go to the bottom of the page in the back of the section and read about a body burned on the long side of a line. Adelante! This woman that we're finding for the girl is discovering us. Through the third party, we discover our rules. Saints sing the little buried stories. October 9th, 1992, San Diego, from wire services. Unidentified remains. Unidentified. I looked at Angela in my and one of them let me wear his SDSU sweatshirt. So we just drive across at 11 o'clock on a weeknight. Cerveza. And a building which I think is a warehouse, but we're all lonely. My spirit remains in Mexico. When the lanes close, another building, which I assume is another alley, but which is a warehouse this time. The father of one of the students runs a John Deere outfit. I remember green fenders and yellow seats. Braked at least 4 times! The exchange rate for free
us in a few weeks from the other side of death in San Diego. Her sister helped us find the body. We will make many trips back and forth across the border.
We'll bury her. And then your parents have a place down south. Esas canales son mortal. Llévame ahí.
We have an orchard to plant on wider acres than any one body owns. La casa de mis padres no es trabajo. You and me were born for work, like singing and hearing his work. Es hacer el amor. You can learn this much from flirting. And your brother Tim will help too. We bury her in sea. 3 days later, she's a tree. Dollars growing from the fern woman tree.
It's a good thing she grows fast. These are pesos.
We will use this money to buy back the bodies of the dead, to begin the reforestation of California and Mexico. There will be singing in the orchards. Each slain one is a tree in seed, raised, cash crop, coolness for singers, home once in the soul soil, then flowing out blossoms, fragrant and eatable. Purchase the bodies, and we bury them by their homes, and the new coal orchard crack up through the stores of Tijuana, take the shoes up to the shoe stores, and then convert the parking lots of San Diego as in Tijuana, sold up from our new bone orchard, easing through faults in the foundation, working their way along the filaments of chicken wire in the stucco, worming soft veins through the plasterboard, licking the wood tips of lines into the air, shouldering pictures off the walls, all plants twisting sunwards, and so unscrewing the walls from their foundations, snaking through conduit, dripping through lighting fixtures, slapping through the windows from the inside and the outside, lifting the merchandise out of the bins until the cities are gone, held free by the branches of the dead and carried away on song. Earthquake is promise of new bone orchard, cityless and superior to time.
But your own body isn't time, Cecilia. And you aren't drawing any leaves, are you? You're giving away your family's fortune. And these boat trees are growing in your will and memory. Aren't they, Cecilia? The cities are adamant.
I'm the kind of girl who believes her will and memory are worth a lot. And this belief has grown into you and Timoteo. 6 million pesos for the last illegal body you found dead in San Diego, and 6 million more to get this body back across the border. I'll get the holy water from the motel. Meet you back in Mexiclan in 2 days.
I will never miss you. Never write you a love letter. I will never stand and swear. I could love you for better. I will never come back with my heart on my sleeve, because I believe I will never leave. You will never wake up, never keep a candle burning. You will never collect on what my policy is earning.
times hotter than a human form can stand!
All right.
Rainforest chorus and Cecilia and the martyrs sing.
I said to her soul as it stood by her court, crying, crying, since when have you ever become any less like dying, dying, and Cecilia lies back the bodies of the dead ones known as Cecilia lies back the bodies of the dead.
There's not a drop of hot water left in the county, man. 3 days. You've taken a 3-day shower. The walls of your room are bending out like a balloon. Don't you think you've had enough, man?
We heard there was a suicide here.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Squeaky clean! My husband! My brother-in-law! And I die believing!
On a service road behind the ice machines at a San Diego motel, a police sergeant tries to execute Cecilia after efforts to suffocate her in her bathroom fail. He strikes her 3 times. She lives for 3 days with 3 wounds in her neck.
Here's a penny for your sins! Un centavo for tu pecado! There are millions banked against your soul!
3 heads sing in the orchards. Bodies fly back and forth across borders, finding home. Song and soil and bone orchard fortunes. Cecilia is singing wealth up in the 6th Avenue Grove. Her hostels are where you lose your heads, where you collect sacredness through poverty and steal on Angel Road.
Incarcerated in the reins of the chain.
Child was between the chains.
The rain gave so many places to be between.
Stood incarcerated in the reins.
Nowhere to be seen then. Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain.
Nowhere to be seen.
Was between the
I stood incarcerated and raised in the chain.
nowhere to be seen then. Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain.
Nowhere to be seen.
Was between the chains.
Child was between my sheets.
Nowhere to be seen then. Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain.
Where to be seen then?
Stood incarcerated between my sheets.
The rain gives so many places to be between.
Nowhere to be seen.
Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain.
The rain
Child
was
was
chained.
between the chains.
Child was between the sheets.
The rain gave so many places to be
There was
between.
just nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen then.
So stood incarcerated.
Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain. Child was between the chains.
Between my sheets. Nowhere to be seen.
Stood incarcerated in the chains of the rain. Child was there seen.
Nowhere to be seen.
Rain.
Nowhere
The
to
rain
be
gave so many
seen.
places.
Rain gives so many places to be between.
Rain.
Nowhere to be seen
The
then.
rain gives so many places to be between.
Child was between your sheets.
Child was between the chains. The rain gave so many places.
Nowhere between then.
Nowhere to be seen. Child.
Inmaculada Santa Rosa, oh Rosa, canta por nosotros una triste canción de luto, una marcha por lo justo, en el polvo, en el calor, cuenta el cuento por el pozo, como ladrón en la noche, arrastra tus almas al infierno.
I deny my understatement. I damn myself to hell in the presence of the Rosa de Lima. Rosa de Lima.
Cannot be alone enough. So many dying alone. Cannot repent enough. So much flesh for the devil to set his purchase in.
Rosa, the night of November 16th. I did not see the name crossed with priest oratories on the Oscar Romero campus. I did not name the campus pointedly. That is the name marked on the gate.
I will please them. I will please them. Only let me suffer effectively.
I know who you are. I know this man is a girl from my own country. I have never been out of El Salvador in my life. No me gusto esta ciudad. Yes, back to undo my story. Rosa, the man I did not see in Combat
I will take and sow it.
70,000. And the priest stood, the voice night flood, the geometric emergency light carbon blue lined up by the new rose bushes and the dustward soil strip along the building space filled with chips of brick.
Everyone needs new clothes. I will not take new clothes, but I will make them. Dresses for girls. Ocasiones especiales. Funerales. Primero funerales. So many die thin. Narrow dresses. Narrow shrouds. So much agony. Vente!
They knocked.
There is an answer.
One of the priests came to the door.
I looked out to get the other.
They were lined up against the wall.
They stood ready to discourse, to answer all questions in high, quick, desperate voices the armor lights. Each one was shot in the head.
Why did the death of priests and nuns when so many died? Except the priests and nuns erected our flag. La bandera del pueblo, la bandera negra. The black flag of anarchy, love, and touches being above the law. The terrible, brutal, mortally threatening anarchy of love. The poison, the pirate black love.
They were dragging the bodies into the street when they saw the cook leaning out the window, lowering her daughter as far as possible for a jump into the rose bed. The soldiers caught them both and shot them between the legs. They bled to death slowly.
They combed the area for witnesses, but found none. They assumed that the camouflage fatigues they wore made them as invisible as gods, when it so plainly made the invisible arm of the mystical body of the devil. I was yards away. I was praying to Santa Rosa. I saw none of this. I saw no one die. I did not cross the street after the soldiers left to close the eyes of the cook's daughter.
Pa, come in, but don't let Mama in. Pa, come in. I have set the room up for a game. Pa, come in. We will play hermit. I am praying to Catherine of Siena. Pa, come in. I am 10 years old again. Estoy viva. I did not die at 31, killed by strict penance. Killed trying to mortify my flesh past the reach of the devil. You are 7. You are my brother. Pa, come in. We will play hermit in the roses. We will make a perfect world. Pa, come in.
Get in!
I saw nothing, and yet it happened.
The seas are rolling on jungle at night, as wild as a young
that is not Brooklyn out there.
What is all this?
Well, this is Queens.
Gotta have it, you know I gotta have it, you know I got to. Pillsbury, what, Ruby, dick. Oh, knock it on O'Carroll.
A quiz.
Tired? Want me to drive?
What is the name of the town we are moving to?
Sepulpa, Oklahoma.
Tulpa, a town that stocks all the leading brand names.
Oh, I gotta have a name.
They don't have Earl.
You'll be just fine and we'll be just fine.
Want me to drive?
No.
He's looking for a name. He needs me to help him with a confirmation name.
Honey, he's got a name.
Tomorrow's his confirmation.
Well, that's far away by now. You see, we've fallen 4 years off the pace, because he's still living. Importance of distinction. He is there, we are here, and there is no reaching him. You'll like it here.
Who's that?
You can't take this name, leave him be.
Who is it?
Saint Christopher. They desated him. Now, Earl can take Christopher, but not this one.
Why do you keep it there?
Habit. I'm a creature of habit. I haven't had it for a while, but especially for the trip.
I've seen these.
Oh, he was a big one. The Italian movie stars put on a big protest outside of the Vatican when it happened. Sophia Loren was there. Oh, you would have liked it. You and Earl.
And in an instant, and in memory of me, he's the Christopher himself!
Yeah!
Christopher, yes, that's his name. His name was O'Farrell first, and he was a...
And during this body, this 16th year, these hands can't play! Sammy to shut my record from room out of the sound without anybody. You know I can't get in fire. Fire in the world!
Little deer-headed interloper, her head jammed out the coal chute I was.
Sure, put whatever you want on the record.
Where you were and where I was not. Where you were. Relocated in Rough, Oklahoma while I was only located in New Rochelle.
When I was 11, Earl, we were there. My long, hard, deer-mouthed face at the coal chute in the house in Brooklyn. At the metalhead feast. Born leader after the rain, overstating the heroes of Bushman.
I want to serve the greatest king. I want to liberate my sister from the tree.
That's the book you said. Greatest service, lowest station. Just like you up there. Lowest station on the dial. Hello, Tom.
Already accepted.
The objective is to accumulate the maximum sanctity and pierce the wall between life and death. To make sure my sister is in peace. I read it can be done to look up correct by Gail Aldino. Listen up, Jennies! There! Here! Play you got that finger!
I'll pull it here. Head for the road.
I'll stand here.
Now we're all can choose that name. We're going to the flat safety. Hey, or flat.
Any kind of sign or symbol or anything you know will do. Hit!
So he was the ferryman, walking people across the board, so great big, knew every rock.
Alright. I'm the brutal free Christopher. Taken in confirmation tomorrow to liberate my sister from the tree. She taught me guitar, I didn't do a thing. But she saw some guys in a restaurant playing bass and they mucho on big messy guitars. When Dada was a management consultant at Penny's in Albuquerque, made Dad buy her one. She couldn't even hold it. Took both of us. I'd be left, and she'd be right. And that was that, because she's my identical twin.
Christopher lifted a child one day. Struck on the shore. His arms fell back.
Now we're at St. Christopher on I-95. You know I'm going to disappear my picture. I'm going to bring her back alive. Okay, Agatha, let's go!
Once he pointed out in the river, the child grew heavier. He thought he would drown.
On a mighty boy, Jesus. Hermaphrodite child. Christopher is drowning underneath a mighty boy. The child is finding patiently, pointing out the boy. Then it's the western right. The Christopher, I got this down to the halfway through the towers. Has to laugh. Is that a dream? Is that a dream too? I lost someone in the river. I lost my sister. I lost you. Boy, Jesus, hermaphrodite ruler, points one hand to the tree. And there my sister hangs in peace, drowned, and waiting just for me. I don't believe in Christopher. Playing Spanish guitar in an Italian food in a Swedish town in Minnesota. Waiting for our 100-mile-an-hour father to drive back to the Scotty resort. My sister Agatha discovered a station that gave us the keys to the land of the dead, into which we reached to stroke and soothe the victim of our mother. And many famous and glamorous people!
Dad, Mom were all Agatha in Albuquerque. Dad, Mom were all Agatha in Raleigh, North Carolina. Then Dad, Earl, and Agatha in Riggins, Idaho, Deep River Falls, Minnesota, Brooklyn, New York. Then Dad and Agatha down to Oklahoma. Dad, Anthony's and his son, pitches them to Aunt Jack in New Rochelle, and we'll begin a Leonard Liball new review down south. Children are strange, shaking in a chord.
Turn that down, Daddy!
Heavy as the metal that was shaking the chord. Our abstractions aligned, having been trained in rootlessness.
Yeah, when she found that station, that's when my sister and I developed infallible faith in one another, you fucking pinheads.
We must be across the border, Narcotic, Oklahoma, injecting the white rabies of highway lines in through the third eye, inducing a right-hand downturn in the 200-mile-an-hour follow.
As the tires slipped the lip, burst and cracked, the car spun at the rate of a sweep second hand in a red rock. Agatha and her father erupted through the windshield like trout through water texture. Fins of the car, this was old style, sheared off and lanced the victims. Dad caught the jaws of red rock, with Digliani head between falling rock molars. Agatha in a crabapple tree. When they found me, Earl, they thought I was roadkill deer. They couldn't tell nothing.
The objective is to see her as she died, not be afraid. To be fearless and past living. I believe in the Christopher. I don't care what anyone says. I will play any art symbols I know through music stockpile in order to see my sister's cold face again. Christ equals a girl with dreams, you know I can take her. To pass through water to death there with music is to pass through music. To die without reason is to die less than human. Is to die less than human is to die. To die. To die.
Whoa! I'm spotting a bag! Oh, fiesta! Hey! How you doing, Chris?
And the Italian film stars feed bread and wine. Good old Bon and good old Vino. To the dead in the trees and the rocks.
Confirmation name! I take the Spanish name for my sister.
Speed trap marks your passing, but you make it to the bridge. An arm inside of the chorus, when you forget the words are still point. And the speed suspended above the county line at the bridge avenue. The water stretched in imagination's border. So still, your stillness is voice. And your speed is not blithe, nor flame. So fast, you are remembering what's about to happen.
Overjoyed in the lights, this is it, the height of heights. And oh, what heights will they? On with the show, this is it.
Where's Miss Mouse? Where's my mouse? No.
Where's Miss Mouse? Where's my mouse knuckles?
Honey, we must have a word about Liz. Lights off, lights on. I can swear she was there, facing a lampshade body in a chair. Walk through these halls, lights off, lights on. Every shape in the shadows tells me she's gone. Lights off, lights on, doesn't matter to me. Every flick of the switch dumps eternity.
I'm going out looking.
Moonlight shadows of dew, electric shadows of stone. The shadow of your smile, chills me to the bone.
But where they have taken her.
Keep talking to me.
When you start talking in song lyrics, that's it, I go. Swept like pulses with a brutal trigger. He's trying to spill himself to me. F-Train JMDR 94A. Post and stop. How did I get to Bush Terminal? Post and stop. How did I get to the terminal bar across the street from Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx? Why am I drinking green beer? Now back. Post and stop. Now at the Queen's Museum where I meet the brutal boy. They have a panorama there, dear, our city to scale. You look down on it. Salt marshes, East New York, the size of Europe. Graveyards, airports, top 40 songs. My daughter taken away and sacrificed in the New York corn ceremony. The boy priest slips his hand in mine. He tells me that the cult has taken her, won't tell me where she is. I am in the system. I am the avenging sound. I'm towards her name from inside. I ride the subways all day long, babe. It's perfect there for about 60 seconds. On the Brooklyn Mount Ave when it goes Elliott Smith and 9th, I heard an approach and am by now more than willing to kill anything that comes towards me. But it
one of the new metro tech buildings homes, the red sun that's mounted around. Oh, everywhere the funny red so prevalent in cartoons. We collapse utterly towards 7th Avenue. They have to stop playing and collecting. A lot of people get off there. My husband back home crying right into a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Liz watched cartoons. Where is the body of my daughter? Behind what soul? Behind what Como? Behind what song Marcia the Inner? What true and clean image of suffering can some be beyond the city's abominable final line?
In my hometown, the judge is being shaved by a eunuch with the same blade that emasculated the former boy. The judge is that confident of his authority. The shaving soap runs down the gutter. Everywhere the streets are being hosed down for the parade. The grown-ups are behind closed doors and shutters protesting the ritual, but the young ones are drawn out when the militia scatters fruit on the ground. 7-year-olds squat like monkeys and eat fruit the size of small heads. Their parents give up and stand over them, suspending age over the staring, quick, curled children. Changos comiendo cabezas. The parade comes, with its gleeful and deformed shapes. The gross sugar cake piled on a bier, honoring the god of this judge's capital authority.
Está en Mérida, España. Today is the day Santa Eulalia is murdered. She's only 12 years old. Esa es ella. Go back home. No habla nuestro idioma. Get back in your own story.
Espere!
Ya no la puede leer.
¿A dónde iban el pastel?
For the priests to eat.
¿Cuáles sacerdotes?
These sacerdotes, my razor priests.
Does the emperor know about this?
He bought the sugar. Quítate. Diocletian forbids dissent, forbids what you and your family practice.
My flesh is draining towards my bones and pouring down the common tubing of my legs. Everywhere I've carried out holes in the city. Esta ciudad me plaga.
I will give you a crisp new Dominville if you go away. Lárgate!
Gold eaters, the cake wasters, the anorexic pagan priests have put a fuse in our mouth.
Tú siempre tanto problema, Eulalia. I will have to kill you, Eulalia.
No! No, 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 no parade!
If we cannot have cake, then we'll eat plain bread. Comeremos pan.
What's that you say? Honey, what's that you say? They blunt her flesh with fish hooks, and she refused to renounce her faith. Well, who is this now? What's that you say, honey? What's that you say? They burned her alive in the bread ovens in Martyrdom?
Who would this be, Maggie?
I was saying that when I first started running through the New York subway tunnels, I began to
thing to catch fire is my hair. And it becomes so beautiful, I cry. A China mountain full of birds and mist. Blades open holes in my skin, and I press seeds in, and the pain squirts like bean roots in wet tissue paper left on the windowsill in bio class. Cool, translucent, growing pain. The tendons expand and contract. I sit up awfully, and the crowd backs away from the oven's mouth. Often sealed blow open, like branches, like dusk's old poem, bursting in anger, finding the polyrhythmic consonants of hysterical anger. I am finally a grin.
I always say, take out of our daughter and flower me with eczema, run into the subway tunnels with a thorn-free sister. I am exhausted by the visions of Eodalia. And even though I have to keep a wet blanket over me to cover my skin, to keep it from cracking, to keep it from cracking and pressing bread, I take the blanket and I cover this girl.
Who is this now?
Lily and I have become flame friends. We're not used to the dark now. I have been everywhere and I'm still running. My visions will come as they come, not recollective of the world and become transparent to me. There appears the horrible rock of Masabaea in the world's fairgrounds and queen. Lilia in the tunnel. My daughter can appear to me in cartoons, transparent. I found my daughter hanging from a tree in Prospect Park, sacrificed in the New York coin ceremony, and I found out she was missing. I ran to the subway tunnel station when I saw in a vision where she was. Here is my daughter. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live.
In the central field by the lake, in the park, I am the papaya tree. My bandits in the dark, a simple chord in the throat of a lark. Fields are speaking bird, singing words, singing words. Naked words on a bare little tree. A miraculous bird sings a prayer over me. My bare skin sore with a lot of gravity. The mutilated bird singing words, singing words. My spirit snaps skywards by a neutral singing tree. My remains wait for blessings, singing snows down from Mars. Gravity side, the singing sixth bird is benediction sin. Trigger is the last word heard.
It doesn't snow in Merida.
Take Eulalia back.
decency's sake.
Honey, where are you going? Your face is changing. You're in another dimension.
I found my daughter, hung from a tree in Prospect Park, the subway breathing against her legs, burnt made rare, one and perfect by the snow, annulled from the city, the corn ceremony forgotten, and the enduring perfection of her image in my head. I heard her singing with Eulalia, a kind of bitterness in it, but then abandoning me. Bloom in the fire, sing, expire. I came to the park, dear, to learn how to be snow buried after burning. This is the perilous circle, guarded by burning bushes. You can't enter here. I found my daughter, hung from a tree in Prospect Park.
That's all, folks. 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 That's all, folks.
The check's in the mail.
The 3 at 4 o'clock.
On the lips of the plot, lowering the ideal terms of endearment.
The check's in the water. Hi. God and the horsemen have given him a mark.
A cross.
They won't know him.
God kissed him.
He might as well have been stamped with a question mark. There's a plague right down the road. Everything's a sign, and every sign's a problem. Our baby's a wonder. They'll cut him apart. They can't know.
But he'll know. How
A nurse will dress him. He will never see his own body.
But how do we keep the nurse quiet?
We'll cut out her tongue. I'm still the mayor. I can still get things done.
Somebody down
living room. I didn't know. What do I do with this? What do I do with this? I forgive you.
You have a gift. These may be the only words the miracle lets me speak. There's a power vacuum here since the death of your parents. The plague is politics here. They talk and they spy. The woods are lousy with private eyes. Go to the city. The plague got it tight, and they got a grief past politics. Help them!
You were a good nurse.
Concentrate. Look at me. Why don't you look at me?
I am.
You look extra good. I need you to look so long your atoms change.
I'm changing.
Changed. To the same as me. Everybody's going. You be like me.
No. Changing. Other direction. I'm going away.
Concentrate.
The easiest thing in the world is stay highly possible. Doing the impossible without wanting to.
Nobody home.
Let me in.
Nothing here.
I can help.
The body's no good anymore.
I'm ahead of you, always by a step. In 1348, which is where we are this time, the Black Death overtakes Rome. The disease spreads exponentially. Now, the people are convinced that the air is saturated with poison, a politically convenient diagnosis since it calls for the victims to be shut away. Tenements are commandeered for the purpose, but the fact is, the disease is carried on the fleas or rats, a germ on a parasite on vermin. In quarantine, the food spoils, the air becomes moist and heavy, and there is a constant cover of darkness. Rats flourish. The cure exacerbates the disease. The worse the epidemic, the greater the fear, the more deliberate the ignorance. More rats. Quite perfect. You are welcome to your hundreds, but I have my thousands.
They wrote it on the door. It's against the law to come in or out. Don't you know where you are? Cross that line. I can't.
What's over there?
The plague.
I'm Rock from Montpelier.
What took you so long to get invented? We've all heard the stories. Cross that line, please.
I can't help. Sort of by accident. It won't be me, but it sometimes works. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. He's better.
You have it too.
I gotta go.
Where?
I'm going home. It's the place to die.
Can't you make the sign of the cross over yourself?
It's a gift. You have to give it away. I'm going to the woods. And I'm sitting under this tree. God, when I woke up this morning, I had strong coffee. I felt my blood vessels stretch out clean and round. I was very intelligent for a while there. On the surface of my skin, on the tip of my tongue, questions were light. Then I finished my coffee. It cooled down inside me.
My fingertips are cold now. My body sinks towards its worst enemy, which is my body. Way inside of me is a marriage gone bad. No dialogue, only suppressed plans to get out. Maybe revenge, certainly bad talk. Liver against spleen, liver against kidney. I can't eat after 15 minutes, can't coordinate. The words on the tip of my tongue, my word for you, my love, I can't find anymore. My nerves don't trigger the sequence. It's getting my brain. It's making me a moron. Elohim adakaveh hachazikshim. 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 You are my strong coffee god. I sure could use a cup of Joe about now.
Hello. No. You don't have to be scared. I'm a people kind of sick. Look, I can't lift my arm. Don't hurt you. I'm only going to go to sleep. It's really just a nap. You can borrow some warmth while I got it. Sleep right next. Yes. Good night, Buster. Oh. Good dog.
Here's what a dog thinks, Rock.
Absolutely remarkable. Saltiness of the flesh, opposable thumbs, the warmth of it, the body, its similar ability to nap suddenly and deeply, its eyes, which almost seem to understand what I'm saying. Its complex, dainty digestion. Coy withholding from the world, as if its skin were meant to hold it away, when really the skin is the hand of the world. It's the shape of the world holding you.
You're exactly right. I come to you in the form of a dog because then I'm immune to your diseases, including fretfulness. I bring the world back to you, Rock, the love of the body. You don't want to die in my easy time. You want to die in complex, dainty time, withholding yourself. Come into the dog world, Rock. I want to play. Absolutely lovable with this long body. Why are you so tired? You've got a fluent Greek tongue. I have to use mine for sweating. You sweat all over. It's these hands, these freakish thumbs, and the furious Byzantine operations they encourage torture up the accident of consciousness. Let go. With that thumb grip, let go. Or torture the world in the shapes as long as you can stand it, and then come back to me. To my dog love, my naps, this world. And then, when you're all healed up, I know you have the ability to scratch my belly. I'll attract your attention, draw you to me through imitation and positive language, to make you move that unnatural hand without you ever knowing it's me calling the shots. You will start by scratching behind my ear. I will move that right over and give you clear. And then you will find yourself moving down past the hound. Past the hound. Ow! Past the hound with my foreleg. You want the tongue of the working a torturing motion that's driving me to the floor. But it makes it look like you're pushing me. And then, belly. And 6 pleasure centers get going at once. My tongue rolls out in sweats, my colorblind eyes register the full spectrum. One leg at a speed so fast it swirls. My tail circles so powerfully in this, my rope off the ground, and my genitals relaxing in the mental house. You're doing that on this one genetic fluctuating from human speech. It doesn't take long. This dog is a God thing. Guiltless rest in a moment of shared happiness, shared with everything. Even you. Wake up, lovely body, wake up. Be healed. God says, how?
Oh, you play fetch! You fetched me! Knock it off! You knock it off, Bucky! I'll tear him off. Slowly, slowly, back there! Something about your face
The mayor's house is none of my business. Never was.
Oh, you're too good for a tie support.
What's this with the king that isn't wee-wee?
Oh!
I won't be staying at all if I'm not needed.
Needed by who? What are you doing out here anyway, sir? Legacies about Peter, about 100%. But we're not going to lie down for outsiders.
Wait, then I have to stay.
Well, that's an odd way to take it. Smart guy. Come with us.
He won't hurt you. You won't hurt them. No.
You are under arrest.
That's
a spy. The ones are crawling with them.
One request.
Put it on your papers. Can you show us something? Look at the charges dismissed. Sure.
Nothing I'd use in trade.
Oh, I didn't think so.
One request.
What?
I get to take the dog with me.
Take it. You'll have to split your food.
Fair enough.
Die directly to jail. Oh my God. You know, lad, he's been in there for 15 years. Most people don't last 5.
I ain't never heard of complaints, sir. And the dog should have died years ago.
I can't stay alive forever, pal. I'm losing this world's form. A miracle is only viable on Earth for a short time. I've already overstayed my welcome. All I want you to do this time is outlive me. I'm the attendant miracle. That's all I do. All I do is love you. What good am I if I can't do that?
Strip the money from Ariel.
Not here. No, he's not through yet, Patty.
Never mind, he's too late. You won't hurt him. Go get him.
Now, we must bury him quickly. There's been a surge in deaths. People are looking for martyrs. Cultists even. Why they decorate the bars of the cell? They sing.
They say he cured 600 people in Rome, and that this is the second or third time he's had it himself.
Well, it's caught up with him.
Aye, that it has.
Hey, you look like hell. How much longer, old Vic won't tell. They're asking for you back in town. I'm dropping a pocket down the well. That's not my name, you know me. Take your time, you got it. Now where were we? The rhythm lately lurching is a love retrieving love. It's a different and completely with a brand new kind of love. Spots are bursting slowly on your solar molten chest. The time will run reverse before my boy can get his rest. Dreams of rhyme won't get us to exactly what the problem is. Let's blow the lid off this jukebox necropolis. Hey, you look like hell. How much longer? Oh, they won't tell. They're asking for you back in town. I'm dropping a bucket down the well. Stuck some beers in my shirt, bottoms up, and that's that. You'll be out of here with bells on in no time flat. With eyes of pure silver and skin as frail as flowers. The ribbon round your throat is lacing up to fevered powers. Fretting like a town dog, leash panting to a meter. All the worlds you could move if you only had a lever. And you got a disease so long they cut it back to initials. But I won't put you under until they make it official. I will jump through your hoops, call out the troops, pour out my heart. If you'll only tell me what you want of me. If you'll only tell me what you want of me. Don't go. Don't go. I will swallow the sun, come at a run, cry out my heart. remember you well.
He's howered himself up tight now. What that?
Look, tiny. He's not through yet, that is.
I can't fetch you back into this world. I can fetch you into the next.
Ah, Patty! We've got another St. Louis into the people, sir.
Well, he sits with the king after all.